There we go. And recording will be going up onto the Yama group as usual. So we'll start up in our Tadasana. So standing at the top of our yoga mats, taking the feet hip distance apart, finding our mountain pose, Tadasana. So the toes pointing forwards. We're lifting up through the legs, through the inner arches of the feet, the shins, the kneecaps, the thighs, thinking about this neutral pelvis. So imagining those headlights in the hips, not pointing down, not pointing up, trying to get them pointing straight ahead. Arms down long by the side, roll those shoulders back, down away from the ears, reach through the third finger of each hand, lifting the chest, open across the collarbones, but keep those abdominals engaged. Don't let those ribs flare forwards. Tailbone is lengthening, tucking the chin very slightly, feeling the length through the back of the neck, and lifting up through the crown of the head as well. This is our Tadasana. Standing to attention, strong and rooted like a mountain, but lifting up into the sky. Tuning into the breath, taking 3 deep inhales and exhales here through the nose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. On the next breath, we'll start to move the arms. Inhale, lifting those arms up and forwards, pausing at the horizontal. Exhale, roll those shoulders back and down. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up now. Arms strong, straight, and widen them out if you need the space for the shoulders. One more inhale. And as we exhale, bring the arms down in front of you, back to the sides. On the next inhale, turning the palms of the hands out, lift the arms out to the sides and up and overhead. Again, keeping a bit of space in the shoulders if you like. Inhale here. Exhale, roll the shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the arms out and down. Last one, taking whichever way you like, forwards or out to the side. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Exhale, roll those shoulders down. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. And as we exhale this time, I want you to fold forwards from the waist and come down to a forwards fold, bending those knees nice and deeply. Let the head hang. So the knees can be as bent as you like. Bringing the weight into the toes. Letting the head hang, giving the head a little shake. Little nod, releasing in the neck. We're going to move with the breath again. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen the spine, bring it to a halfway lift. Draw that belly button in, shoulder blades drawing together. Exhale, bend the knees, folding in, let the head hang. This is all about lengthening through the spine. Inhale, coming halfway up, pushing those arms straight into the legs, drawing the shoulders back, belly button in. Exhale, bend those knees, letting the head hang. Give it a little shake. Inhale, press the hands into the shins one more time, lengthening that spine. Gaze straight down below, neck is long. Exhale, bending the knees, planting the hands on the floor, and then stepping back to all fours. A little bit of core work, a little bit of shoulder work now. Come into some push-ups, so just 3 push-ups. So we'll bring ourselves, our knees a little behind the hips, bring ourselves forwards into a kneeling plank. So squeeze the bum, draw those shoulders back, and try and bring the hips, the shoulders, the knees into one line. From here, inhale, exhale, bend those elbows, keep them in tight to the side, and just lower down. Might not be very far. You might be able to come down, hover over the floor, and then inhale, push back up. Well done. If you're just coming a little bit, that's still really good. Inhale. Exhale, bend those elbows in, lowering down. And again, you can hover. You can stay up here. You can come lower. Inhale, pushing into the hands, coming all the way back up. One more. Inhale. Exhale, coming down wherever you can, holding here. And this time, coming all the way down to the floor, onto the mat. Hands alongside the hips, back of the hands touching the floor, forehead on the floor. Taking some little back bends, looking at our locust pose. So here, we want the lift to be coming from the belly first, and then lifting into the chest. We want to keep this lower back as decompressed as we can. So we want to have as much space in here as we can. That means engaging those glutes right now where you are, pushing the tops of the feet into the floor and trying to lift the kneecaps off the floor. Active legs, tuck the tailbone here. Use the glutes. Draw that belly button off the floor. Back of the hands still on the floor. We'll inhale to lift the head off the floor, the chest off the floor. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Shalabhasana. Locust pose. Feet still on the floor. Maybe the gaze is down. Maybe it starts to lift. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. One more inhale. Exhale. Forehead to the floor. From here, looking at full locust, if you like, doing what we did the first time or this time. Again, activating those legs, pulling the kneecaps and the belly button off the floor. We're trying to. We're going to inhale, press the back of the hands into the floor, lift the chest. This time, maybe the feet lift as well. Maybe the gaze starts to come forward. Squeeze those shoulders back and together, backs of the hands on the floor. Really squeeze that belly button. One more breath. Exhale, lowering the forehead to the floor. One more. This time, option to bring the hands under the shoulders. Bring it into baby cobra. If you're doing this, keep the feet on the floor. And we'll inhale, lift the head, the chest off the floor, pushing into the hands very slightly. Keeping those legs engaged, the tailbone lengthened. Elbows pulling into the side body, squeeze the shoulder blades in. Final breath. Let's lift the hands. Challenge that core. Inhale. Exhale, releasing. Bringing the hands under the head and giving those hips a little wiggle. Releasing off the lower back. And we'll turn onto our backs from here. So we're on our backs. Let's stretch the legs out long. Stretch the arms up and overhead. We'll take a couple of roll-ups. Again, looking at the spine, working the core. From here, engage the legs, flex those feet, and try and keep those feet on the floor. As we inhale, to bring those arms up above us, and then exhale, draw the chin into the chest. Start to roll up. Shorten this gap between the chest and the hips. Focus on that. Bring yourself up, use that core, and then reach up into the sky once you're up there. Exhale, the arms come down in front, rounding out the back, returning the spine to the floor. First, the bottom of the spine, then the shoulders, and then we bring those arms up and overhead, head and neck release. Two more. Inhale, reaching up, draw that chin to the chest, and then come up into your 90-degree position, reaching the arms up, and exhale, bring it back down, low back first, then mid back, then the shoulders, the neck, the head, and then the arms come up and over. One more inhale, reaching up into the sky, and exhale, bringing the hands down here. Well done. How are we all doing? From here, we're going to bend our knees, Taking a little shoulder stretch, little back bend as well. So the hands come under the shoulders, fingers pointing forwards, knees bent, toes pointing forwards. And we inhale, lift those hips up, come into our reverse tabletop. You may want to shift the hands, the feet slightly if you feel too stretched out or too cramped. And think about squeezing the bum again, lifting the hips as high as you can, in line with the chest and the knees. Gaze is down the body. If you're really comfortable here, you can straighten the legs out. You can drop the head back if you're familiar with this pose. Otherwise, one more breath, squeeze the bum a little bit more, lift a little higher. Exhale, releasing there. And then coming back onto all fours, the other way. We'll tuck the feet under, and then we're going to push back into our downward facing dog, our first one. So pedaling the feet, give that head a little shake again, a little nod, pressing the weight into the hands away from the floor. So the weight comes back into the hips, into the heels. Lovely spinal extension here. From here, looking forwards, bending those knees deeply, then tiptoeing the feet up to the hands. We'll inhale, hands to shins again, extending the spine, draw those shoulder blades back together. Exhale, bend the knees, let the head hang. As we inhale, going to reach all the way up, coming to stand, arms above the head. Exhale, Tadasana. Coming to the top of the mat. If you're not already there, a little bit of gentle flow work. So we'll inhale to lift the right leg up first. And this time, we're going to bring that knee in front of us and the arms up overhead. Staying here for a breath with your balance. Don't worry if you're falling over. Inhale, reach into the fingertips. Exhale, I want you to bend into that knee. Step that right foot back. Plant it down in the floor behind. Coming into our lunge. Hands either side of the foot. We inhale, lift the belly off the thigh in our lunge. Draw those shoulders back and down. Exhale here. Now we're going to turn that back foot and come into triangle. So bringing your hand, your left hand onto your shin. We're going to bring our front leg straight, our right foot pointing out to the long side of the mat. And then we're going to bring our right hand to the sacrum. This is our triangle. You can have a soft bend in that front knee if you like, and you can be anywhere on the leg other than the knee. So you could be up here. And it's all about opening the chest, finding this triangle position, the strong, straight legs, pushing into the outer edge of that back foot. Opening the chest, squeezing that right elbow behind. Maybe lifting the arm up, wherever you are. One more breath, inhale, exhale. Inhale, reaching up to center. Exhale, turning the feet to the other side. Going to the right now. So just switching it around, right foot pointing forward, left foot out. Inhale here, reach into the fingertips. Exhale, coming over to the right, dropping that hand wherever it comes onto the leg. And then option, left hand to the sacrum, opening that chest or the arm above. The gaze can be up at the ceiling. That encourages the chest to open, to rotate upwards, which is what we want in this pose. Or if that's a strain on the neck, just looking forwards, keeping the shoulders back and down. One more breath. Inhale. As we exhale, bend that front knee, bring the hands down, lunging on the other side. Inhale. Come to the fingertips, lift the chest off the thigh. Exhale here. We're going to inhale, step That right foot forwards now. Lifting that knee up. Arms up overhead. And exhale. Tadasana. Good. Now we're going to keep going around our yoga mat. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to maybe shift over here. Yeah. So we're going to take our chair pose, a bit of work for the thighs, for the core again. So we're going to bend our knees deeply, bring those hips back. Try and make sure you can still see those toes beyond the knees. And then we're going to inhale, the arms up. This is our chair pose. Tough work for the thighs, the core. You don't need to be very low. You can always come up. Think about drawing that belly button in. Shoulders down away from the ears. Widen the arms out if you want to see it. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to step back. Warrior two with that right foot. Stepping back. Coming into our warrior two. So a bent left leg. Gaze is out over the left fingertips. This is a hip opening pose, just like our triangle pose. So opening those hips out to the long edge of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, roll those shoulders away from the ears. Sinking into that front knee. Make sure you can still see the big toe beyond that knee. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Turn the feet to the other side. Going to the right. Inhale here, reach into the fingertips. Exhale, bend that right knee. Find your warrior two on this side. Again, inhale. Reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, pushing into that back, outer edge of the back foot. Check you can still see your right toes beyond your knee. Give them a wiggle. Inhale. And as you exhale, stepping forwards into our chair again. Other side. So stepping that left foot forwards. Come hopefully back all the way to the front of your mat. Sitting into your chair. Hips come down. Draw that belly button in. Lengthen the tailbone. Gaze up at the fingertips. Or straight ahead. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Reaching up. And exhale. Sit back into your chair, arms down. This time come deeper. This time bring the arms out. Bring the bum all the way down. And then sit on the bum onto the floor. We're not finished with the hard work yet. Navasana. So boat pose. You can keep the feet on the floor for the first one. We're going to inhale, hands around the knees, lift the body as close as you can to those thighs. Exhale, lean back, rounding the lower back. Open across the chest. Option, releasing the knees if you like. Keep the shoulders down. The core is engaging here. We'll inhale, coming forwards, reach those arms up. Stretch, strengthen the back here. Exhale, coming back. Option, if you like, you can lift the knees, the feet off the floor. Maybe grabbing behind the knees. Try and draw your chest as close as you can to those legs if you're coming here. Option as well to release. One more inhale, dropping the feet, lifting the arms up. Exhale, last one, wherever you are. Navasana, boat pose, feet can be on the floor, hands can be around or behind the knees, whatever you like. Just opening the chest, getting that core working. Well done. One more breath. Exhale, release, crossing the legs, inhale the arms up. And exhale, folding forwards. Letting the back round. Just coming forwards here. If cross-legged really isn't comfortable for you, come to your child's pose. Anywhere where you can take a little more of a rest than where you were before. Coming into that forwards fold, pushing the hips back to the floor, letting the arms come down, not worrying about that flat back, just letting go. Great. So well done. We're almost there. The last thing I would like to look at is our camel pose. So Gavin, this one's for you, working that lower back. So if you have it, you can grab a pillow. If you don't worry. You can use the wall or you can do this in the center of the room. I'll show you what it's like to use a wall by using the arm of my sofa. So camel pose, I'll show you what it looks like before we come, is a lovely back bend where we're coming into like a bridge or a wheel pose, but this time on our knees. So we're looking for this openness to come first through the chest and the upper back. The lower back is actually the last place we want to feel this back bend. And what we want is we'll start here. I'll walk you through this afterwards. Want to open the chest, and then over time, we start to come back. We start to reach our hands to the heels and drop our head back. So we're like a hump, like a camel, but we're not going to go all the way there today. But that's the nature of the pose. And the whole time our hips are pressing forwards, the openness, the drop back is coming from the chest. So we're going to use the wall with our pillow or a book or just something between your hip bones and the wall. We're going to use that to encourage these hips to stay forwards. That means the glutes will be engaged, and then we're not just going to come back by bringing our hips away from the wall, which is going to let our pillow fall. So if you have that, finding that now. If you don't, you can do this in the middle of the room, just like I did. We'll start with our hands resting on our sacrum. We'll inhale, lift the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Exhale, roll them back. Inhale now, lifting the chest. I want you to peel your body off the wall, well, your torso off the wall. If you're using that, keep the gaze forwards. And just open the chest here. Feel those glutes engaged. Squeezing the bum muscles, keeping those hips pressing forwards. And exhale, release. Well done. We'll do another one of those. So hands to the lower back. Inhale, lifting that chest. Maybe the gaze starts to go up to the ceiling. Maybe you can lean a little further back. Just keep those hips forwards wherever you are. Squeeze those elbows, those shoulders together. One more breath. Exhale, release. Now everyone's going to tuck their toes underneath. And we're going to this time take a little twist in our camel. So those of you using a wall can't bring the arms forwards, that's fine. We're just going to use our hands. We're going to inhale here, squeeze the bum as you exhale, push the hips into the wall, activate those legs. Inhale, lift the chest open, and exhale, twisting back, opening the right hand out and reaching for that right heel. Little back bend plus twist. Inhale to center, exhale, lifting the chest, and then twisting the left hand to left heel, looking down at the hand. Inhale to center, exhale, reaching back to that right heel with the right hand, gaze at the right hand. Inhale to center, last one. Exhale, leaning back, looking down at that left hand on the left heel. Inhale to center, and then releasing the pillow, coming back onto your mat and coming onto your backs. We'll take a happy baby here to undo that compression that might have crept into the lower back. We did that. So happy baby, we're on our backs, and we're going to grab either the outside edges of the feet with the arms inside the legs, or the ankles, the shins. It's all going to get you to the same place. So wherever you are, happy baby. It's a hip opening pose, inner thigh stretch. You should feel that here. But actually what we're more focused on is this back body. the release we can get if we focus on pressing the lower back into the floor here. Think about rolling those shoulders back as well. Trying to get as much of the back body onto the ground as we can. Feet are flexed and pressing up towards the ceiling if you want to maximize the stretch in the inner thighs. The focus, let's keep it on that back. Lengthening the tailbone. Tucking the chin slightly long through the back of the neck. The neck is just an extension of our spine. From here, perhaps you want to rock your baby, coming from one side to the other, one thigh to the other. Trust yourself, it's really fun. Roll all the way to one thigh and bounce back up, roll onto the other, trust your body. Releasing the feet, bending those knees in. We're now going to take a little roll around the mat. So this, you're probably going to feel ridiculous. Gavin, you might look ridiculous in the office doing this, but it's all good fun. Take the hands behind the thighs. And we're going to use our momentum, drawing those knees in, lifting the bum up, and then rocking ourselves all the way onto our seat bones, and then coming back, but rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise, up to you, all the way around the mat. Whoa. And if you don't have enough space, if you're knocking into your Christmas tree like I am, go with it. Just rock back and forth, have some fun. This is actually a yoga pose in the primary series, Tadasana. We yogis like to have fun. Ooh, don't worry. A couple more rocks, finding your way onto your backs and settling down, stretching your feet out along the floor. I hope you enjoyed that. Did it bring you back to your childhoods? Let's take a little twist. So the feet, you can have the feet on the floor, knees bent if you like, or legs straight. From here, take the arms shoulder height. Inhale, the knees up and in, and exhale, drop the knees over to the left-hand side. Supine twist. Turn the gaze over the right fingertips. Trying to keep both shoulders pressing into the floor, maximizing that twist along the spine. And there's the option, if you prefer, you can straighten the bottom leg if you like. It intensifies that twist. If your knees aren't coming all the way down, you can put a pillow, anything you like, underneath them or between the knees. It's lovely. One more breath. Inhale, knees back to center. Exhale, drop them over to the right. Turning gaze over the left fingertips. Enjoying the stretch. Again, use whatever support you'd like under the knees. Keeping that left shoulder down. Releasing there, bringing the knees back to center. Hugging them in, give yourself a hug. Hug them into the stomach. And then rolling onto one side. Gently push yourself up to a seated position. And we'll take just a minute to quiet ourselves, to let go of our practice, of finding any comfortable seat you would like. Legs can be crossed, you can be on kneeling, legs out in front, up to you. Somewhere you can sit tall, breathe easily. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Let's take a deep inhale. As you inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze them up. Exhale, bring them down. One more inhale. Through the nose, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale out through the mouth. Release the shoulders. And returning to your natural breath. Letting go of any control you have over the breath. Letting go of your practice. And just noticing how you feel. How does your body feel? How does your mind feel after that little break that you've taken for yourself this lunchtime? Blinking the eyes open. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining final class year. We will be back from January, same time, I think, on Wednesdays. So great to have everyone here. And Gavin especially, well done making the effort in the office, and enjoy your last few days at M&G.
Thank you, pal. I think I've seen a few folk looking at me when I was rolling about the mat there, so I might have got an eye from you, I think. But no, that was brilliant. We really enjoyed that.
Good. Great. Well, thanks, everyone.
Thank you
Have
so
a
much,
great
Sarah.
Christmas.
That's great.
Have a good Christmas and New Year, folks. Be safe.
Have a lovely Christmas. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.